How's everybody doing today? So when you're manifesting, meditating, doing any type of vision work with a vision board or affirmations and all this stuff like that, when you're making a big shift and a big change, what happens is, and I talked about this before, is you're going to be tested. The universe is going to test you. So you're doing all these positive things and these negative things hit you. You're trying to make a shift in reality, so the universe will test your beliefs or make you do something and change your dynamic, where sometimes you might have to have like more discipline or meditate more. Like there's a lesson that has to be learned by you while you're making the shift. Otherwise, when you jump into your parallel reality, when I say parallel reality, you're jumping into your parallel reality of your more spiritual self, you won't be able to operate in that parallel reality where things are better if your mind is still in the old state. So when I talk about discipline and stuff like that, when you make the shift, you have to maintain that operation and thinking in the new form and not revert back to the old. So that's why you get tested. So it'll test your beliefs, right? So if you start reverting back to your old ways in the old system, the universe is like, oh, not ready yet, or he needs to work on it, or he or she needs to work on it a little bit more, because the change is showing up. When you're bombarded with that negativity or all those like things that are happening at you, after you start doing your manifesting work, spiritual journey practices and all this stuff, the universe is testing you, and like, oh, he or she's stuck in the old ways. I really can't move them forward yet because they're not going to be able to operate in that higher parallel reality. That's why they call this the universal intelligence. Excuse me, my throat does this when I whenever I try to make a video for some reason. It's like there's a block. Maybe there's some weird energy blockage. That's interesting. So yeah, go back to what I was saying. Your dynamic has to be in vibration of your new current state. Otherwise, if you keep having your old vibration come back, it'll keep pulling you back into the old parallel reality. And that's why they call it an infinite intelligence, because it's smart. God's smart, the universe is smart, the earth is smart, our dimension is smart. It knows that you won't be able to function well in the new parallel reality that you created for yourself if you're still stuck in the old ways. So that's why it's imperative when you're doing the visioning and meditation and all that stuff, kind of get your mind into the discipline of staying in that state. All of us are guilty of going back, and like I told you, I'm the king of backpedaling, and that's why I feel I have so much experience in the testing in the universe, because I kept getting pulled back into the old state. I got lazy. I wasn't disciplined into my spiritual work, where I wasn't thinking about it like all day long. Kind of like how I'm trying to think about it more and more each day, and maintain, get myself in the state of thinking about spirituality in more hours of the day, to where it's not just 1 hour a day. It's the majority of the day, especially your waking days. Try to be in that vibe for 15 hours a day, thinking about it, instead of just 1 hour, which a lot of us, when we start doing this, we'll do a 1 hour, because you'll forget. Like, building up that snowball takes a little bit of time. Then it depends on how, like, your personality and projection types. But I had to get disciplined to start thinking about it consciously more and more each day. Be aware of my thoughts. Be aware of what I'm saying. Don't talk old system ways like, oh, I have to go to work. I have to go to a job to make money. Like, that's old system mentality. Your new system mentality is, oh, I'm an infinite, abundant spiritual being having a temporary human experience. Abundance and money flows to me because I vibrate, on the frequency for money energy to be attracted to me. That's it. There's nothing else to it, right? So, and when you're doing the affirmations, try to stay in that mindset. After you do the affirmation, you don't have to dwell on it, but stay in the mindset of how you felt when you're doing that affirmation. Like, I'm healed by divine right and perfect ways. And then go on the rest of the day knowing that you are healed. The law of assumption, you just assume that you are. So, we have a tendency after we do an affirmation to forget about it, right? But if your affirmation was today, like if you do one affirmation a day and kind of like focus on that affirmation, as far as what I'm saying is like, I'm healed by divine right and perfect ways, then the rest of your day be like, I feel great because I'm healed now. Like, be in that vibration of the state of what you were trying to do with that affirmation. It makes it really powerful. And then if it gets easy to do like one affirmation a day, add a second and a third, and then your discipline will become remembering the stuff that you're envisioning and carrying it through the day, knowing that the work is done, and being very content with yourself that you did that work and that it's working for you. Because it's easy to forget. Like, you start running your errands, go to work, pick up the kids, whatever you're doing, it's easy to forget about it. But if you're just doing, in the beginning, let's say, you're kind of like new to this, so you're trying to instill it and get the discipline going. You do one affirmation a day or one belief a day, you can hold on to that one belief, because then you won't be focused on a bunch of other ones. And then when you get used to that, you can start building that bigger and bigger foundation for you to remember more of what it is that you were focusing on. Because to be is to be. You're being that person, and that's what you become. That's why you have, like, in the very beginning, like I told you, you kind of like fake the funk. If that's not who you are, pretend that's who you are, because being that person creates that person. And just start off small. If it's like daunting and there's a lot of, you feel like, oh, it's just too much work right now, I got a lot going on in my life, or I won't remember work on that one affirmation today, or that one belief, and carry it on through the day. And then tomorrow you can do the same one or try a different one, but it will start building up in your you keep throwing those 3-pointers into your subconscious mind, and it's making the swish sound, swish, every time you get in there, because you're shooting a perfect shot for the scoreboard of your subconscious mind to build up with that good positive energy that's going to manipulate the world around you in that serendipitous state, if that makes any sense. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I greatly appreciate you guys watching my videos, and have a nice day.